Hi everyone, I'm Amber Deanne, and I know a few things about anxiety, and the stress of quarantine is bringing up our anxieties. Some of us have already been having conversations about it on Zoom and on Facebook, so I just want to bring this out to all the rest of you that we need to bring it up to our awareness and take a look at it, dissect it, so that we can deal with it and cope with it and be stronger people. In the healing movement, we have a saying, we can't heal what we can't feel. We can't heal what we can't feel. I'm a life coach and a hypnotherapist, and when I work with people, I want them to be honest, rock solid honest about their feelings, about their issues, about how it's affecting their life, and then we can get in and do something about it and find a solution. So shelter in place has affected all of us. It's invaded every aspect of our lives, from our homes to our business to making money to our social life, our health, our physical and mental health. Everything has been affected. As the shelter in place and quarantine continues, I feel people are getting more and more tense. They don't want to be stuck at home. They're getting irritable. And to be honest, I feel the same way. I feel this tension boiling up inside me like every day, and I have to deal with it. And some days I just want to go, "Grr. I don't want, is this going to be over? Why do we have to go through this over and over and over again every day?" And I bet some of you feel the same way. So just take a moment and notice in your body, do you have any emotional effects? Do you have any mental effects of stress from the quarantine? So this would be like, are you feeling tense? Are you feeling fearful? Are you feeling worried? Are you feeling a little stressed? Or is money an issue? Is jobs an issue? What else is an issue? Now, I don't want to go deep into all of this because I'm just cutting off the surface right now, and I just want to deal with bringing this up to your awareness. So let's do a check. Let's do a check. Click, 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 click. Emotions, your body. Got any body pain? Got any emotions? Got any thoughts rolling in your head about fears around the quarantine? If you do, and if you're frustrated like I am, just give it a and you'll start feeling better. I was doing that on the Zoom call today, and everybody started laughing. Isn't that cool? I just loved it. Now, let's get honest about this problem. I had to get honest with myself when I was healing all of my PTSD issues, from child abuse, from all the things that were going on in my life. I had to get extremely honest. How I was feeling mentally, emotionally, what issues in my life were coming up, everything that was going on. I had to also get honest when I was dealing with scoliosis and my sugar addiction and all those things. That's the way to make progress. So to conquer my trauma and my PTSD, I had to look at the three main aspects of trauma or anxiety, same thing. I had to look at the physical, the emotional, and the mental, because they're all related. And all of those issues I dealt with in PTSD, guess what? They're all right here with the COVID and the quarantine. So let's get started. Let's look at some of these physical issues first, okay? Okay, most of us are familiar with a car accident. A car accident has trauma on all these layers. So let's go into it a little bit so we can see the connections between all this stuff, so we can start getting our mind wrapped up around the process of looking at all this stuff. Are you ready? So close your eyes and let's go into your latest car accident. Yeah, that's the one. We're not going to stay here very long, but we have to go into it. So, do you see the road? You see you driving the car? You see the traffic? Did you make a turn? Did you go straight? Did you see that other car? Did you hear the sound of the crash? Did you hear the jolt? Did you feel the jolt of being thrown against the steering wheel? Did you feel any whiplash? Did you feel the screech of the tires? Did you hear the screech of the tires? Did you feel the shock of it being out over, and then all of a sudden you're looking around and said, "Oh my God, they hit me or I hit them." And the shock of all of that, it can be a little bit traumatic. So after the crash, what happened? You composed yourself. You looked for bleeding spots all over your mouth and stuff, and then you noticed your mind was a little scrambled. Your mind's in kind of a rush. And oh my God, she hit me. I hit her. What kind of damage was to the car? What kind of damage to her? What kind of damage is to me? Do I have insurance? Is my insurance going to cover this? All those kind of things, questions start popping up in your mind. And your mind can start racing. And now your mind's confused. What do I should do next? Okay, I have to get information from her. Blah, 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 blah. And you go through all the list. But while your mind's coping with the situation, your emotions are a little jarred. They're a little shaky. And you're going like, oh, well, what was I going to do? Why was I in the car? Where was I going to go? What was going to happen? And you have to deal with all of that. So you see, the car accident was a trauma to your mind, your body, and your emotions. Just like COVID is a trauma. So healing trauma means that we need to be aware of all of this. It's not a crisis. It's not a forever thing. We just need to be aware of it. And understanding that all of this is just unbalanced energies. It's like when you come home and you've cooked dinner and now you eat dinner and now you walk into the kitchen and, oh, there's a mess of dirty dishes, right? It's something you can cope with. You just have to accept it. Okay, so here we have this car accident, and now we have to accept that we have to deal with some of the stuff. So we have to go into what is energy, because everything is energy. Every part of our body is energy. So, and our bodies have a lot of energy fields going through them. We have chakras that come all the way from here, up all the way our chest to our crown. We have auras that come out from all of our bodies out this way. So all of this is the energy fields that run our body. They also are the energy that runs our thoughts, our emotions, and our memories. And they not only affect our body parts, but they affect everybody else around us who's in our energy field, because it goes out through our auras. And because of all of this, we need to be aware of what's going on inside us so we can deal with it, so we don't take all that negative energy and throw it out into the world, because nobody needs it out there either. So, okay? So I'm going to tell you a little personal story about how emotions work. I was in a church one day and I was sitting next to a lady, and it was meditation time and I couldn't get there. And I was trying to quiet my mind. I was trying to find something to focus on, and all I could do was look at the altar. And pretty soon the woman next to me says, "Shh." I was going, I didn't say anything. She was picking up my energy. She was reading my thoughts. My thoughts had that much power that they were leaving my mind and going out into the environment around me and affecting her. Oh, how about that? That was a shock. I didn't know about that. So we need to understand that this affects others in other ways too. If we're in a negative place, we're in a depressed place, we're in a bad space, and we're down on ourselves, or we've had some really challenging life experiences, that's all going to stay in our energy field. And people next to us can feel this negative energy as sticky, slimy, like they've been covered with syrup, and it's sticky and it's uncomfortable to them. So they're not going to want to stick beside us, right? They're going to want to move away. And you've done this too. You've probably been at a party or some kind of event, or you're at the grocery store or something like that, and this person comes into your lane and they just have this really sticky, awful energy, and you just want to stay away from them. That's your body reading their energy. This happens other ways too. Sometimes we can be at a networking event, at a social event, something like that, and we're like only a few feet apart from somebody, and we're reading their thoughts and we're reading their emotions. Yes. So if we can read them, they can read us. It's that time of the planet where all of these energies are coming up and they're being much more active, and we can pick them up. And this is something we need to be aware of. So in the lockdown, the quarantine stuff we're dealing with, we have to deal with not only the thoughts of survival and money and our thoughts and feelings about being separate from other people and having to change our lifestyle. And then we have feelings of anxiety and defensiveness and self-doubt and worry. And sometimes some of us are feeling manipulated and controlled. And all those emotions are coming up. Those emotions are going to hold in your chakras, and that energy is going to hold in your auras. And it's going to go out to family because it's like a tuning fork. You hit a tuning fork, and what happens? It sends a vibration out into the air. And it goes so fast. That's how the energy goes. Now, when our family is around us all the time, they can pick this up. They can pick this up. They don't have to be aware of it. They don't even have to have a tuning fork in their hands. They can just pick it up because some people vibrate at a high energy, some people vibrate at a low energy. But in this kind of a situation, in these close quarters, the dominant vibration is going to overwhelm everybody, and it's going to make all the vibrations sync in harmony with that. So you could be affecting everybody else in your family in a negative way, which weakens their immune system, disrupts their thinking and their emotional stability, and has a negative effect on their moods. It can make everybody irritable beyond what they already are, right? So check in a moment and just take a look at, have you had an irritating, irritable moment lately? Within this last day, was week, 2 weeks, last 3 months? And just notice and try to remember how your irritability arose. Was it something you picked up from somebody else? Was it a situation or an expectation that you had that was dashed, and now all of a sudden here you are in this, oh my God, I'm so angry and I'm so frustrated and I don't know what to do? Yes. So just notice that and hold on to it, because we're going to deal with it in just a few minutes. Now, there's also a positive side to all of this universal stuff, because everything that's happening now is part of the big cosmic plan to lift us up, clean out our emotions, clean out all the prejudices and the biases and the angers and the fears and the resentments and all that stuff that exists on the planet. We're going to clear it out right now because we're moving up to a new level of consciousness, a new level of energy, and a new level of relating and connecting to one another. And we can't bring this old energy into that new place. This is like moving into a new house, and you don't want to bring your dirty old furniture into your new house, do you? No. So that is what this is. It's a cleaning out. And we have to do this first before we can move on up, before our life gets any better, before we can bring joy and happiness into our life again, before we can connect with our loved ones in a beautiful way. So the universe is giving us an opportunity right now to review our lives, to take a look at all the stuff that we need to get rid of, and then start getting rid of it. And that's what I'm about. I'm like a Roto-Rooter. I help you clear out this stuff. So what we're going to do is take a look at the origins of this emotional pain and look at the deep life experiences that you've had that you need to release. And that's what this whole thing is about. And that's what my upcoming program is about. And I'll talk about that in a few minutes. So, in order to release all of these life experiences, we need to reprogram our subconscious. All those belief systems, emotions, self-sabotaging emotions, and empowering emotions, everything is stored in your subconscious. Your whole life history and your past lives and your ancestors and their woundedness and their beliefs, it's all stored here in your subconscious. It's like a little suitcase of family that you take with you wherever you go. But here's the good part. Once we clear out all of this old stuff, it's like washing the dirt off of your bike. Now you have a brand new beautiful bike. And now we can take the scourge of all these illnesses and diseases, and they won't bother us, they won't affect us, and they will be able to leave the planet. And we can have a happy, joyful life again. So it's worth it. It's totally worth it. And how do we start with that? With awareness. And awareness exercise is what I did in the beginning when I talked about the car accident. That was just helping you see the connectedness, helping you feel, helping you remember all these parts, individual parts of the situation of the car accident. This is all your awareness. So, we're going to do another awareness exercise. Are you ready? This is going to be fun. Think a thought and think a feeling associated with that thought. So, if we think about something positive, think about something positive, like you're going to make this wonderful stew for supper. Where do you feel that? Do you feel good part of that? You've had this stew before and you like it. It's easy to make. It tastes wonderful. You can eat it while you watch TV tonight. So, what feeling do you have in your stomach? Do you have in your heart? Yeah, joy. I get to treat myself with this wonderful pot of stew or soup while I'm watching TV tonight. Yay, that's a real positive thing. And you can feel it, and you can feel your head starting to expand with joy and a smile coming on your face. Now, let's do another one. This is a negative experience. So let's say let's say your sister's sick, and you're upset about this. So it's kind of a negative experience, right? What are you going to do? Not much you can do, but you feel the thought of her sickness, and then you connect where it is in your body. Can you connect where it is? That would probably be a heart issue, right? Okay, so let's take another one. Let's say you just lost your job. Okay, that's a survival thing. Survival things hang out in the first three chakras, the lower three chakras, which are the chakras here below your belly button. So those three chakras are going to be activated, and you're going to notice kind of a tension, kind of a stressing thing in there, a stressing feeling. That's a discomfort. That's the thought in emotion, energy lodged in your body. And you've been there. You felt that. I have. Totally, I have. Sometimes we try to ignore it, avoid it, think it'll go away. We try to take an aspirin or whatever. That's not the best way. The best way is to acknowledge it and work through it, something. Now, what I'm going to show you is some self-calming techniques. Okay? So, let's explore a little bit more about how this anxious energy works. So, these stressed, anxious energy emotions trigger your nervous system. And then the nerve impulses are charging up and down your nervous system. Buzz, 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 and they're carrying all kinds of information, and your thoughts are going something like, oh, what shall we do? Oh, this is too crazy. This is an overwhelm. I don't know what to do. Should we do this? Should we do that? I don't know how to deal with this. I forgot who I am. I forgot where I'm going. I don't know how to deal with this situation. So what do we have to do? We have to calm the nervous system, and we can do that through the touch exercises that I'm going to show you, because they come from your hand chakras. And your hand chakras have all these energy fields in them, which can connect to the energy fields in the rest of your body. And it's like putting two electric wires together, and you get a charge. Bzz. How about that? You can electrically charge your body and start shifting things just by using your hands. You can not only shift your nervous system, you can shift your brain. You can shift those thoughts. You can shift those emotions. The ones that are stuck any place in your body, and the ones that are stuck in your neck or your shoulders, giving you a headache, can all be done. So this is really in your innate self-calming technique. It's part of your innate system. You were born with this when you were an infant. And I've seen infants, I used to work in daycare, I've seen infants put their hand on their head like this. They were doing a self-calming technique. They don't have words because they're only a few months old, but they still knew what they were doing. Young kids know this, but as they get older, they forget it. So as adults, we need to relearn this. Okay, so here's some simple calming techniques. We're going to self-calm. You ready? Okay, so we start all self-calming with breathing exercises, because we have to work with the breath. We have to work with an emotion state of positivity, and then we touch the body. That's all there is to it. Just those 3 steps, okay? So inhale, hold it, exhale. As you inhale, pretend like you're inhaling peaceful energy. And you can give the peaceful energy any color you want, okay? What's your favorite color? Inhale it. You ready? Hold it, exhale. As we exhale, we release all the stress and the tension. We can just visualize that in a color, in a balloon, and let it go. You ready? So maybe the stress energy you want to release would be black or gray or a gray-black. Okay? So pick these colors and let's go. Ready? Inhale. Hold it. We're giving the energy time to make the circuit around the body and into the brain. Okay, release. Okay, now we start to feel a little better, don't we? Because we not only got oxygen into our bloodstream rolling through our body, but we got some in our brain. And now our brain has a little more juice to roll with. Okay, so now you've got your breathing. Now think of a thing that you love. Anything. Can be an object, could be a pet, a crystal, a book, a picture, some artwork you've done, a favorite stuffed animal. Maybe you have a doll you love. Doesn't matter. Maybe you have a favorite pillow or a blouse, or maybe the thing you love the most is your spouse or your partner. That's perfect. So put that image of that partner in your head, put that energy in your hands, put the energy of that loved thing that you selected, and put that in your hands, and just let it sit there and let it grow and grow and grow. And it can grow from a tiny little grain of rice into a great big ball. A great big ball, okay? So make that little grain of rice turn into a great big ball of energy, positive energy. Give it a color. What's your favorite color? Put that color in here. Okay, ready? Now hold it. Feel it. Pretend like it's growing, and now it's pulsating, and now it's throbbing, and now it's bigger, bigger, bigger. Okay, now rub your hands together to make sure the energy sits and accumulates and absorbs into your hand. Now we're going to get up and touch the body. So first thing we're going to touch is the lower abdomen. The lower abdomen. So right below your belly button, that's your lower abdomen. So put your right hand on your lower abdomen with the energy you just put in there, and put the other hand, the left hand, with that energy, and put it on your forehead. This tells your body that the gut is now going to work with the head. The two communicate all the time anyway. We're just not aware of it. So now we're telling the two to talk to each other, and we're calming them down individually. We're calming them down individually. And this is going to feel so good. You ready? So just inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Feel that energy that you just put into your hands. Feel it moving through your body, through your abdomen, down into your lower part of your body, down your legs. Feel your forehead energy moving on up into the crown, saturating your head. Oh, doesn't that feel good? Okay. Now you can hang there a while. Feel that energy. Now we can move it. Now we'll take the right hand and we're going to make a circle over the lower abdomen. This is a self-calming technique. This is a self-calming technique. This is like telling your tummy, it's going to be okay. This negative energy is going to move out. This negative energy is not going to harm you. It's going to be just fine. This negative energy is just releasing. And just let it calmly move out. So there you go. Your energy is, you're slowly calming down your gut. Your gut talks to your brain. Now your gut can tell your brain to slow down. Yes. Keep doing that for a little while. Keep doing that for a little while. Just feel it. Allow it. Allow that nice energy to enter your body. Now you can take this hand and you can put it down on your heart. So now you have left hand on your heart, right hand on your lower abdomen, and you're holding that energy because now you're telling your heart to talk to your lower abdomen, your power centers. And then they can start calming down. So just calm down, do the breathing, visualize the love thing, and hold it, and hold it, and hold it. Now, if this feels a little awkward, if you're not getting like wonderful results right away, just keep doing it. I had to do this for weeks before I started to feel something. But if you use this technique and you do it and you practice it every day, you will start to feel something wonderful. You will. So keep doing this. Ready? Okay. Now we're going to take the palms and rub them together, and we're going to put it on both sides of our head, and we're going to let that loving, calm energy we just put in our heads, we're going to let that seep into our brain and into our head. So just hold it a few minutes. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And when I do this, I can feel the energy moving back and forth, left to right, right to left, left to right, right to left. Yeah, and it feels so good. And that's a calming technique too. And because it's going from one part of the brain, it's helping this part of the brain talk to this part of the brain. So they can both calm down. It's a win-win. So now you've got your gut talking to your forehead, which is your third eye. You've got your heart talking to your gut. You've got both left and right hemispheres of the brain talking to each other. Now we just have one more little thing to do. Now we're going to refocus. So you've calmed down all that jittery stuff. Like if a child was screaming and crying, you have to calm him down first and then you talk to him, right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to help the brain refocus. So we do this by doing our hands like this, putting our index fingers together and making a figure 8. So do this with me. We'll do this just a little while so you get the idea. You can come back and do these exercises anytime you want to. You can pause this and you can sit here and you could do figure 8s for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour, whatever. Let your eyes focus on the figure 8 and you will be totally amazed how quickly your brain has to refocus. It has to recalibrate because now it has a new activity. It's no longer in the stress, it's now in a reactive mode. It's not reacting any mode, it's now calming down. It's recalibrating, it's moving into a new energy field, a new focus. We are refocusing. Wow, so great. Now you can do these exercises with your family. You can sit around on the floor with your young children, and if they get upset about something, you can say, okay, now we're going to do the touchy-feely stuff, and then you can start going through these exercises with them. They'll be able to pick it up so fast and have so much fun you won't believe it. And then you can do the figure 8s. And they'll feel wonderful too, and you'll feel great. Now the whole family feels great, and all that tension and irritability you had earlier has disappeared. Ready? You can also do this out at the park. I've seen people at the park calming each other by stroking their backs. Wonderful idea. You can do this too if you're upset. If you're in the grocery store, you can just calm yourself by rolling your hand down your arm, holding your back, letting that tension that accumulates in your back, let it disappear. You can just do this casually, and nobody will even notice. So we just learned some new innate exercises that you can do to calm yourself down. Isn't that great? You keep practicing, and these will mean a lot to you. So what also I want to introduce you to my upcoming 7-week course, which is called Anxiety Tamed. And we're going to go to all different aspects of anxiety. We're going to go to your childhood anxiety, your past lives, your emotional wounding that comes from family, friends, society, everything. We're going to go into your ancestors' programming, your ancestors' beliefs and prejudices and their patterns of behavior, and we're going to be able to clear all of that out. You're going to see how anxiety is a wonderful transformative exercise, something you can do and you can benefit from, and it's quite simple. So, as Ben Stewart of Gaia says, the purpose of our highest potential is to transcend limited thinking and bring us into superhuman or cosmic consciousness. Up into consciousness. So as I said, in this Handling Anxiety class, we're going to be looking at how you can feel in charge of your life again, how you can conquer emotional triggers, how you can shift your thoughts and adjust your energies, how you can deal with inherited thought anxieties, like from the family, ancestors, and then how you can integrate your clean thoughts, your clean feelings, and your spirit. We're going to dive into this deep essence of us and find these gold nuggets. And then, we're going to, once we clear this, then we can find those gold nuggets of inner game skills and inner talents and your strengths that are going to sustain you and give you resilience and move you into the future. You can do that. You can use your emotions and your thoughts in a productive, constructive way and connect them with your inner game skills. It's all possible. I've done it. I can show you how to do it. Then once you're up to speed, once you're focused on who you want to be, you're into your passion, you're into your life mission, now you can co-create with all the other enlightened human beings and create a better world for all of us. So this is a fee class, but it's very reasonable fees. Very reasonable. For 7 classes, I'm only charging $79, and individual classes are only $15 a piece. They will all be done through Zoom, and there will be a recording. And I will also have a PDF for you to work through the exercises that we're going to deal with, because this is an interactive introspection guided class. So you get the best benefit out of it. So you can talk and ask questions, and we can deal with the things that matter to you. Absolutely. So we're going to start in a couple of weeks. I know you're going to feel so much better when you do this, and you're going to have like a new perspective on life. You're going to see new opportunities, new options for you. It's an opportunity to clear out all those old anxieties, everything that's been accumulated, your habits, your beliefs, from your ancestors to your past lives, from your parents to your friends to society. Clear that all out, and let's get a new perspective and a new us. So if you're interested, and this will benefit you a lot, send me your email to amber@coachingbyamber.com. I will put you on the list. I will send you all the links, everything you need to step forward and make this a wonderful experience for yourself. So I'm Amber Deanne. My business is Coaching by Amber, and I look forward to seeing you on the class. Take care. Any questions, comments? Send me an email. Be safe, be happy, be healthy. Put a smile on your face. Life's going to get better. Bye-bye.